We want to take a moment to thank all of our club colors and In the Club followers over the past few years. We're excited to announce our new season of In the Club coming this summer. Before we get into what's to come, we want to take a moment to thank our longtime host, John Morris, for his time, energy, and dedication to In the Club and laying the groundwork going forward. We wish him well. John, thank you for all that you've done. With that, we want to say we're excited to share we are still in the club, and here's everything you can expect from our upcoming season.
So let's talk about what's coming this summer.
Well, this season is exciting. It's going to be, pretty heavily focused, I think, more so on the higher education side, which obviously the four of us are really excited about. It's, really what we're really focused on. And so I'm excited that, Chris, Myra, you two are really going to be taking on a ton of just opening up your network, inviting them into our building, inviting them to our space, having them on the podcast, and really talking about all the things that we're so passionate about. And so I think what really the overall theme is that we're going to have a niche. We're going to be very focused on who we are, what we do, while just having organic conversations and having a full table, a round table type of conversation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to look like. I think just more of a round table, a discussion, be fun, have some questions in there, some spirited debates, and just things that are happening around the marketplace in higher education, around branding, marketing, logos, maybe throw in some promotional products, who knows, but just more of a round table conversation about the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's, at the end of the day, we're looking for interesting conversations, looking for thought leaders, innovators, and there's plenty of them across the higher education landscape, and even on our corporate side as well. There's a lot of interesting folks that are involved in branding, a lot of interesting brand stories to tell and share and get inspired from.
And definitely I think about the education perspective of what we bring to the table with these thought leaders is there's so many different messages you receive within a brand. There's so many great things that are happening at that campus level, be that sustainability, is it winning a Final Four championship? It's the academic side of it and the events that they're driving to help bring the students together to really create this foundation of community at each campus. And I think that's the key thing is how all of these individuals that are supporting, building, creating the brand message can come together and really showcase what that means to a campus and how it supports all of those different missions that you're going to see across the board.
So if I'm a guest and I want to be on the podcast, what are you guys looking for? What are some of the things that they might do in their day-to-day? What are, some of the responsibilities that they might have? And how do you get on?
Marketing people. We're looking for people that have that creative juice, that have that different angle that they're trying to bring into the brands that they represent and that they bring to life. If you're involved in the bookstores, if you're involved in any sort of leadership role across campus, let's talk, let's engage, let's tell your stories.
I think it's even more than just looking at products sometimes, because think about what we do. It's not about the product. We do spatial branding. We create these social media awareness places and spaces on our campus. So I even think about from our licensing and trademark directors to looking at the athletic directors that we work with and how they're engaging in the messages that they're sharing. You mentioned the marketers. Almost every division, every college, all of these folks on a single campus, all of these places have marketing, either managers, directors, they have marketing interns. They're all in this space creating that driving message. So we want to hear from them as well.
Yeah, ultimately, if you can tell a good story, we want you on here. Nothing's going to change as far as putting that spotlight on our clients on those campuses, right? We just want to hear about some of the things that you're doing, some of the things that we can put on a pedestal and have you tell your story and share with our listeners.
Yeah, at the end of the day, all of these campuses and all of our corporate partners, you're looking to create experiences for your students, for your staff, for those folks that are engaging with your brand. So how are you doing that? Let's talk about it. Let's share those stories and inspire others.
100%. If you've got a great program that's benefiting your students, student success is the key thing here, then let's tell that story. Let's let others learn, be able to engage, and then create that same type of event at their own campus. So a storyteller, we love a storyteller.
Yeah, I think too, just building a community, right? Like I think a lot of our partners are interested in the podcast, have seen some of our content, are curious about our space. Like it's always interesting visiting a campus, and just, I even had one individual visiting a local campus last year who was like, I want to bring a class there and do a study on club colors, because through all of the reps, and she listed off 5 of us.
Did you say in a good way?
In a good way. In a good way.
Just making sure.
Not a sociopath.
Yeah, some of us.
She listed off like 5 of us that she's had over the years, and she's like, something that has been just consistent over the years is just the positive energy and how happy you guys are doing what you're doing. And so I think for folks to be able to get here that we've been partnered with for a long time, who have been interested and want to be on a podcast, right? So whether that's somebody this comes natural to you and you want to be on the podcast, you want to have a conversation, you enjoy doing these type of things, or B, maybe it doesn't come natural to you and you're looking for a challenge, you're looking for that next thing that you really want to do that is going to allow you to just have another breakthrough in your career talking about the things that you do in the higher ed sector.
What does that day look like? I come and do the podcast. Take me through. I walk in. What happens? What do you guys do for that guest?
Yeah, I mean, we'll make a whole day out of it. So we're going to have a tour. We're going to take you through our whole facility. You're going to walk our brand ops floor and see how things get made, get produced. If you're in the licensing sector, you're going to see the team that brings your brand to life in real time. We might even have a little fun activity for you to make your own garment or something like that. We'll share experiences throughout the day. At the end of it, that's what it's all about. We're here to make an experience for you, to make it something that's memorable, and you can go back to wherever you're from and share that experience with the folks you know.
One of the things we've learned with having guests come into the building to hosting small groups, large groups, the thing that we've learned is once you're in this space, your creative juices start flowing as well, because you get to see all of these different programs, meet all of the people here that make magic happen on your campus. So when you show up to this space, you're right. It's an entire day. Wear your tennis shoes because you're going to do some walking just within our space and things like that. But getting to see how things are created from the design lab perspective, getting to see those graphic artists, those designers that create such amazing pieces for you, but also getting to see it come from something that's blank to something that's fully decorated, and then the process behind that. And those are the pieces we love to share. We talk about sustainability, we talk about water reducing, all of these things that we're doing that's protecting our environment, that's protecting our end users. Like those are the things that we want to share with you as well. And we know you're doing those on your campuses. We know you're doing those within your businesses. So getting to see that and be a part of that, I think your day is going to be filled mentally, physically. You're going to leave here with this awe-inspiring feeling that you're going to take back to others.
Yeah, Myra, I mean, we can only talk about it so much over the phone, over video calls, if you're listening to the podcast, right, of how we separate ourselves and how we are different, right? Come to the facility, come to our building, and come experience it for yourself, right? Come see that and get that that energy from the team and from the company as a whole, right? Come walk our sales floor, come hit the gong, come hang out in our design lab and let's brainstorm and just see for yourself how different the company is and just the culture that we have here.
Yeah, I mean, Myra pointed out a really great thing with collaboration. I mean, we felt that just this week with the first of many in the history books, the Barnes & Noble College Club Colors Summit. We had so many aha moments ourselves of like, wait, why haven't we been doing this? Or like, oh my gosh, we should do this, we should do that. And all of these ideas sparked on both sides of the partnership that we're really excited about taking on this year. And so the opportunity to do that with our campus partners as well is exciting. And I think this week was a prime example of that.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes an environment of learning. So our guests will learn how we interact with the campus, the value return we can create for them. And then on the flip side, we're able to dive deeper into conversations and explore those creative spaces that maybe you want to dive a little bit more into, but you're just not quite sure where to start.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, reach out to us if you think you might be a great guest. We'll be on the lookout. We'll be looking for you. Don't you worry about it. But come through. We'll do a tour, maybe some lunch. You'll see how some things are embroidered, decorated, screen printed. You'll hit the gong. You'll come hang out in the design lab, check out our Inspire room, do some brainstorming, and then we'll record just an absolutely fantastic and fun podcast with you.
Yeah, I mean, one other great thing too, Myra, is having you. Now that you'll have more of a cadence of being on site with us here in the Chicagoland area, excited to have you on more this season and being able to lend your expertise as well. So looking forward to hearing and having more conversations, being able to learn from you firsthand more than we already do. But that's going to be exciting as well.
Yes, for those first timers, this is something rather new to me, something that I was not necessarily ready to take on, but it is certainly something that first time sitting down with a friend, a campus partner, and having them come in and then doing this, it's not that terrifying thing. I, as we all know, I have lots to say just from spending 25 years in that collegiate market. So yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of this season for sure.
Anybody that you're excited about having on? I know you've mentioned in some of the meetings that we've had getting prepared for this season.
Give us a teaser, man.
Any teasers there of someone you're like, I cannot wait to get them at this table?
You know what? I don't want to lay out
Call
any
some people
names.
out if you want.
I don't know if I want to lay out any names, but yes, there are definitely people out there in the market that I've already had the conversation with. They've already said yes. They would love to come up. You know, I think of our guy Jacob Dye, who is just phenomenal in the industry.
Great.
He does some amazing things. With every campus that he touches, he is one of those people that have the same passion that we have for what we do. Jacob has that passion in that on that campus. People love him. People love to work with him. He's an award winner in his field. So I think that's one of them that we can look forward to seeing. Gotta make another commute to come up. But yeah, there's several people in the market that just are well known, that have done such amazing things with their campus, with different teams, for the students, for alumni, just to make that brand something more. So those are the folks that I'm really excited for. And then on the flip side of that, I think we're going to have some people that support what licensing may look like on these different campuses and how they're doing that and what they're bringing to the table and their expertise. So yes, I definitely think we're going to have some thought leaders from the industry that you want to hear what they have to say. You want to see how you can implement those things with your own brand or take those messages and craft them into your own. So super excited to have those folks come up.
Chris, how about yourself? I know you've got quite a few that you want to bring in-house. Any names that you want to name drop and just give a bit of a teaser?
Not going to do any spoiler alerts, G, but very excited to get folks from the licensing realm in particular into our building, into the space. We've done it a handful of times over the last couple of years, and every single time we have a licensing director come through, it is such an inspiring day on both sides of the equation. So excited to get more folks from the licensing realm in particular in this room, in the studio, into the club, and make some more memories.
One of the other things I'm excited about too is we talked about having interesting conversations that may not also have necessarily anything to do with promotional products. It might not always have to do with higher education and some other things. Adam, I know there's quite a few topics that you're passionate about outside of this place, and a lot of our community doesn't even know half of those things. Anything that you'd want to share, anything that you're excited about being able to dive into a little bit and share about yourself?
No, I don't think we should have podcasts about movies or music or bourbon or sports or roller coasters or other things that I like. No, I think we're good. I think we're good with branding, advertising, promotional products, higher education, and just the things that we're doing here at work. But maybe we'll have a couple of fun questions that we can throw in.
Sweet. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. You've been in the club.
You've been in the club. All right.
See you in the club.